You know, I was a groupie. I didn't know what to say to Ludacris.
How did that modern part slip into the music, do you think?
It's just that you want to evolve, you know?
And we've also tried out anything and everything in the world that we wanted to try, we've done it. So if we touch base with rock music one day, African music one day, Latino music one day, and this here was kind of a natural progression.
That's exactly what Julio Iglesias said about women.
Okay.
Sorry, carry on.
Yes. So no, just like a natural process. It was.
Yeah. We were talking about the band and all the musicians around it. What's your part in that process, in picking the musicians, or is that done for you?
No.
Basically,
everything.
All of it.
From scratch. Yeah. From how we put the show together to who we play with to everything.
Is that difficult? Is that difficult? Keeping all those strings together?
Not really, because it's more like you create a canvas and you set roles for everybody to do, and then when everybody understands what it is they need to do, they help us also along the way. So you know, when we were making our show at the practice room, there was a lot of input because there was a lot of people who cared and understood the vision that we had kind of articulated, you know? So they're like, okay, now I understand what you mean. But then what if I go, woo, and I'm like, oh my God, do that. And then somebody's like, what if I go, like, you know? So basically, we just sat there and like, yeah, I just love all of you. Can we do that on stage?
And we also do have the best band in, you know, on our side of the world.
Absolutely.
I mean, Aha's bass player and this and that guitar players, like, no, they're wonderful.
But I can also imagine that with so many people involved, there can be parts that maybe not fulfill the wishes you have about how...
It's a tough process. It's a tough process. But if it isn't a tough process, then it isn't worth it, you know? I remember feeling really stressed in my head the first day. I always like to use the analogy of you're in a castle and it's dark. That's what it felt like the first day, because you know we could do anything, but this is our job, and everybody's looking at you. Okay, what are we gonna do now? And I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? We have to fill this castle with lights and with couches and you know, and fill it up with love, and that's not easy. But this is why you're here, right? Because you say, your big mouth says that you're good enough to fill that castle with all these beautiful things, and we did, thank God, you know. But it is daunting. You sit there and you're like, what are we going to do? And Joseph's like, I don't know. What are you going to do? You know?
Yeah. When I was looking at the album, there are a lot of different writers cooperating on the tracks. Can you maybe tell a little bit more how those cooperations start off?
Wow. We've got like...
so many, man.
Yeah, and serious contenders now. That's also a wonderful thing that this album represents. And that is that we have been acknowledged by people that we really respect. You know, people that we've always wished to work with on a professional level. And now they're like, yeah, we've heard your music and now we'd actually want to work with you. So from Stargate, you know, being in Jay-Z's studio, you know.
We actually recorded in Jay-Z's studio. That was insane.
How was that when you walked in for the first time? Can you remember the feeling you had?
I was just seeing the plaques everywhere. It's like, this is for 25 million sold, this is for 22 billion records.
Well, but more than that, all the albums you know so well. You know every song by your heart. You know, you love all these songs because they are made by the heart, you know, from the heart.
And he was busy calling me a groupie all the time because I was standing at like Jay-Z's microphone and I was like, really? Is this Jay-Z's microphone?
Really gay and creepy.
It's not gay, it's just, you know, it's just...
Listen, if you come out the closet, I still love you. No, for my brother, but that was really weird because he's busy smelling the spit.
This is not gay stuff, I'm just saying, this is Jay-Z's microphone.
I was creepy, I was really creepy.
Spit at the same one.
And you know, to have Neo, like artists like Neo, for example, on the album. And I just saw a movie yesterday, Battle Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, he's on my album. Sitting there with this chick I'm trying to, you know, get into the pants with.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, Wes, we did the song at the studio. Actually, I didn't meet him when we did it.
Was she impressed when you told her that?
Yeah. I'm hoping we're not going to have babies. I forgot to, you know. And then we have Ludacris.
That's insane.
And that's also an artist that, you know, sincerely, you know all the songs too, you know. He's one of my favorite artists in general. So you pinch yourself and think like, wow, this is literally what you've dreamt of.
Yeah,
literally what you've dreamt of, working with people you not just respect, but love. Like, you know, I was a groupie. I didn't know what to say to Ludacris, you know? Like, you know, being insecure, but genuinely so, because
Ludacris.
It's Ludacris.